back, guys, to our sew along. So in this one we're going to put the side front pieces to our front, like that front T main section, okay? So first, and this is optional, but if you want to put insertion, whether that's lace tape or French lace or whatever, if you want to do some sort of insertion on those side pieces, you need to do that now. Like I said, it's an optional step, but if you want to do it, you got to get it done now. So first, to do this, I straight stitch down each header, and there's no need for stabilizer here. So I'm just pinning where I want it. I've marked it from the pattern, and then I'm just going to lay my lace, or you could use lace tape instead if you wish, and put her where you want that lace insertion to be. You don't need to exactly follow the pattern. If you want to move your lace insertion where you want it, I think I added a row, I can't remember now. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Put it wherever you want, and then straight stitch along the header, and then trim down the middle of the fabric to remove the excess from behind the lace. And you're going to iron over that, and then trim the fabric down to about 1/8 of an inch, and then zigzag over top. Or another method is to do that straight stitch along the header of the lace, and then cut down the middle of your fabric and iron it over. And then what you'll do differently, this is another method, is you'll zigzag over top before trimming the excess away, kind of pulling the excess at an angle after you do your zigzags and trim the excess. So basically you can zigzag first and then trim, or you can trim first and then zigzag. That's the difference. And it's just personal preference, no right or wrong. Then what you're going to do to attach the side front to the main section is you're going to gather the side front, gather that top area. You're going to put 2 rows of gather stitches, and I would say use smaller gathers here because it just looks better. We're dealing with quite fine fabric on babies stuff, so I like to use smaller gathers, say around like 3 3 millimeters or whatever that 3 stands for. I think it's millimeters. Just experiment with your machine and see what you like, but I wouldn't just crank it all the way up to the full length. I would do something smaller. Then adjust the gathers to fit the lace. So you're going to adjust the top of that side front to fit the lace of that top edge of your, that mitered edge, if you will. And you're going to pin that in place and run straight stitches over top. Turn the corner and continue sewing down that L, again using straight stitches. We're doing the Madeira 80 weight thread here with no stabilizer needed. You're going to trim up that seam and give it an ironing, and then zigzag over top of those raw edges. And once those pieces are together, you can cut out the arm cycle. Now you kind of have to wait to cut out the arm cycle since the lace is into the arm cycle. So you need to place your lace and have it all together, and then you can cut your arm cycle out. I hope that makes sense. So if you have any questions, put them down in the comments below, and I will do my best to answer them. And as always, I appreciate you all for watching, and I hope to catch you all next time.